Good evening. Welcome to Karl Marx Does the Washing Up,
where we ponder ludicrous metaphysical nonsense in the time it takes to make 5 Tesco's basic microwave meals.
which is around 21 minutes.
Yep.
So,
Who are you?
sorry, I'm Shai Telly.
And I'm Elias Kassam.
So, I was at Scarf's Bar. You know Scarf's Bar in Holborn?
No.
It's part of the Rosewood Hotel, but it's like terribly pretentious, even for us. It's like a jazz bar. £7 for a coffee.
What?
Yeah, £7 just for a black coffee.
Oh, black coffee.
The most expensive of all the coffees. But anyway, they've got like these books there from the early 1900s. And I found one on European Proverbs.
Yeah? Actually just nicked it.
And I've nicked it. But I think...
That's why it was so expensive for the coffee.
Yeah.
Because it comes with a free stolen book.
Yeah, but I don't think it's stealing, right? Like, I think they're there to be taken. And then you can bring them back.
I don't know, I didn't go. I think you just treat the world as a library when nobody else does.
Yeah, but that's what we should do because libraries are shutting down, so we need to find new libraries.
Yeah, that's true.
Exactly.
Yeah. Life is, it's very like Borgesian.
It's like when you go around someone's house and they've got a good book collection, you would ask to borrow a book. Or you would just borrow a book.
You would just borrow a book.
I would just borrow a book. And then you would
I would just open it and stay for like 5 days.
and read it. It's one in the same.
Yeah, it's one of those.
So I was thinking we could flick through this book and see if any of these proverbs are still relevant today.
Okay.
Because they span from the 1600s to the 1900s.
1600s to 1900s.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're not commenting on. We're just like basically seeing if they're relevant or nonsense.
Well, and also we should try and figure out what they mean.
That sounds dangerous. Okay. Okay. Let's go.
Let's try one, right? So, let's go. Oh, this is a French proverb. French.
Ugh.
Exactly. Night has no friend.
What are you on about?
What does that even mean? Is that relevant to today?
Night has no friend.
Night
Is there
has
any
no
context
friend.
to that?
There's no context. La nuit n'a point d'amis. Night has no friend. Makes more sense in French.
The point then, ami.
Yeah, but night has no friend. What could that possibly mean?
What is?
Exactly. Literally, I have no. I mean, I don't think it's relevant today. Maybe it's from when there was no streetlights, and at night you did have no friends because you couldn't see them.
I mean, in my head, it's just like I feel like that sentence has actually created a friendship in my head between night and day. I just like now it's created an imagery in my head, and night and day are just holding hands walking down the street.
But who's the dominating one? Or are they both equal?
Well, night.
Night.
Well, night's holding the hand of day.
And day is like flippantly trying to let it go.
It's just like, fine, I'll go with it.
So night does have a friend in day.
No, that's just because I'm a contrarian. And so when you say something, I like see the opposite. And then I imagine...
So plebeian of you, just to be contrary, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
But I'm a player. What do you want? Like I said last time, I'm trying to connect to a wider audience.
Yeah, I mean, that's very true. That's very true. So maybe we should skip this one because it doesn't make sense.
No. Night has no friend.
What could that...
Oh, maybe it's means night with a K, and they don't have friends because they joust everyone.
Yeah, maybe, but it says la nuit, which is the night, right? Like as in the darkness.
The darkness has no friend.
Yeah.
So maybe it means that if you push yourselves into the well of dark, then you will be isolated. So as in like, be kind, be good, and people will come towards you.
That does make sense, actually. But I don't think that's true. I think even if we were not very nice, people would still come towards us. People have an affinity for the dark side.
Yeah, but also for the good side. Like Dalai Lama's got like quite a big following on Twitter.
Yeah, that's very true, actually. But then so does like Robert Mugabe. So,
yeah, that's true.
And Charles Manson and things like that, right?
I don't know how many homies Charles Manson has. Oh, he used to. Yeah. He used to have like a whole load of homies.
Yeah. So I don't.
His music is incredible. By the way.
Way.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. He actually makes amazing music.
Really? What kind of music?
It's sort of. What is it? It's like folky.
Have you actually listened to it?
Yeah.
Wow.
I got one of his records. It's
No way.
Yeah. And he recorded it in in jail a lot of the stuff, and then the proceeds from the records actually go to the victims of the family.
Oh, that's quite good. Maybe we should listen to that afterwards.
No, the family of the victims. Not the victims of the family.
That's not as good now. It was better when it was the victims of the family. All right, next proverb.
Okay, next.
You ready? Yeah. Well, what do you think? Do you think this is quite good?
Yeah, well, I mean, I have no idea what these proverbs are, but yeah.
All right.
I think let's see.
A neighbour's eye is full of jealousy. This is a Danish proverb. A neighbour's eye is full of jealousy.
Yeah, it basically means kill your neighbours.
But I think in London, we don't actually know who our neighbours are. Like, I've never met the people living in the flats next to us. Have you met the people in the flats living next to you guys?
No, but they've met me.
Yes.
No, I think the neighbour's eye is full of jealousy.
I don't think that's true anymore. Like in London,
No, but I
do
do.
know who our neighbours are.
No, but you can. But that's the point of the proverb: is that you don't know them.
So you're jealous.
You're jealous, yeah. So you don't know the situation, right? So when you understand somebody's situation and you've lived in their situation, you understand the complexity of the situation. But when you're only next to them and you see things from the outer perspective, then there's more room for jealousy. And I think this is more relevant in today's society because of like Facebook and everything. Because Facebook creates that.
Yeah, but that's jealousy with people that you actually know. Like I think with your neighbour, your actual physical neighbour. Like I have no idea who lives in.
I don't think they're talking about your actual physical neighbour.
But maybe they're
probably talking about the Australian sitcom.
Yeah, exactly, neighbours. No, but I don't want to get into a discussion about Facebook because we're not jealous of it.
Yeah, we're not getting into Facebook.
We're not getting into any of that nonsense.
By the way, follow us on Facebook. Or email us. We've got a new email, right?
We've got an email. I mean, we've got an Instagram as well.
Yeah, we've got everything.
We've got everything. So,
Karl Marx does the washing up at gmail.com.
Yeah.
If you want to comment on voices. Or just send us a poem or an empty email.
I think an empty email. I would like to receive some empty emails.
And then we can do a commentary on it next time.
Yeah, and maybe follow us on Instagram. Karl Marx does washing up. Because we don't actually have any followers.
We don't have any followers.
We don't have any followers at the moment. All right. No, but I do actually, but I don't think we are jealous of people on Facebook, right? Like it's fun to follow, right? But
what I was talking about, the idea of Facebook is it creates like an aesthetic of people's life rather than an interiority of people's lives.
That's true,
and I think the basis of that sort of proverb is saying that you are jealous of things that you know only the outside of it's being.
Yeah, but then aren't we intelligent enough to know that we only know the outside so we don't get jealous of it?
No, we're not. We're dumbasses.
No, but...
Us and the rest of this world.
Yeah, but we know that people on Facebook and Instagram, whatever, are only publishing the best parts of their lives, right?
Yeah, but even if you know it momentarily, intellectually, you're not actually sort of habitually conscious of it. Because you'll still be like, oh, he's done so well with his life, he's got a podcast.
Oh, yeah. Podcast with only one listener.
Yeah, but in comparison,
you have no podcast.
Yeah, you got no listeners.
Yeah, okay, fine. All right, next proverb. This is an Italian proverb.
Yeah.
Who changes country changes luck. Who changes country changes luck. So I really like that. I think that's really relevant with the refugee crisis, and people are potentially thinking if we change countries, we change luck.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it makes me think, maybe if we move to America, would our podcast be more successful?
Yeah. Yeah, but it's not necessarily for the better. It could be less. Could our podcast be less successful?
No, you're right. It's already too successful. We've recorded almost 10 episodes.
Yeah.
That's more than I was expecting us to do.
Yeah. So maybe we need to take it back. So is it success? You move west and I think this is actually the biggest problem of this world, besides all the other problems we've talked about in the other podcast, is that everything is just there's this general consensus that west is better, that if you move west that it makes things But
I don't think that's true. We've got such an affinity for Eastern culture.
Yeah, we have, but I feel like a lot of the West has convinced the East that they're dumbasses and you should go to McDonald's rather than eating that well cooked delicious
dim sum or whatever. Yeah, that's so true. But go on.
So wait, what was the change luck? So the thing with that is, I think you could change luck and country with any word in the world, and it still makes sense as a proverb.
So who changes breakfast changes time?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Because, like, everything is changing. And, if you change anything, it will change something else.
Yeah, that's very true, and it doesn't suggest good
Or
luck or bad luck.
let's say
bad
not
luck.
maybe you change the country bit.
Yeah.
You change anything, you can change luck.
Yeah, that's very true. So maybe we don't need to do anything as drastic as changing country. Maybe we just need to change the way we sit.
Yeah, I think they'll definitely do it but that could just mean like they'll increase or decrease your posture, and you get more or less blood flow to your brain. Then your mind starts to working better. Your hypothalamus is working better.
True. Yeah,
your bodily function works better. Finally, we don't have diarrhea. Then our podcast starts making sense. There is a linearity to the podcast.
Yeah, but if our
there's a rationalism to the podcast. People start listening.
No. But people
like,
won't listen if it makes sense. People don't want to listen to something that makes sense.
well, that's what we're banking our lives on at the minute. But
It's so true, though.
Yeah, but we've never tried it. We've never tried making sense enough to know whether people like it.
But there are so many podcasts out there that do make sense. So why would we want another podcast that makes sense?
Because maybe they would just want to, maybe there's that kind of perfect musical tone to our voice.
I don't think that's
and if
true.
if their
That's not true
rationality
at all.
synchronized with the tonal aspect.
Maybe. So, well, this is quite a serious podcast. We're doing some deep analysis on old European proverbs.
Yeah. Okay, next one.
Right, you ready? So this is a Portuguese proverb. Marry, sounds well, but tastes ill. Marry, sounds well, but tastes ill.
Sounds like your mum. Mari. Sounds well, but tastes ill. It was like that masala we had the other day.
Exactly.
It was very nice. But in the morning is a different situation.
But it's so true because our parents are in such a rush for us to get married.
Yeah.
And it does sound good on paper.
And my dad's always like,
Yeah.
they're always saying get married, and then they'll always say, the thing about marriage is...
It's rubbish.
it's rubbish. And basically list a series of relationships. People change.
Exactly.
And everything is like...
Yeah. And also my mother's very much the case, so you should get married now, but also don't rush into it. So I don't know what she's expecting. But then maybe she doesn't believe in time. Maybe that's where we get it from.
Yeah. So is temple disposition genetic?
I think so.
Or
Yeah. Then that means our kids will be even more worse than us.
Or they might be born out of time.
Oh, what do you mean, like not on the due date?
No, like not in time. Like out of time.
Like premature?
No, just immature.
Maybe even born before we've even conceived.
Well, that's an interesting question. Are children born before they're born? Before they're conceived?
Yes.
Yes?
Well, maybe there's a proverb on this.
I guess that's a, fate determinism
that's very
sort
true.
of idea, which we don't really need to get into.
And then maybe, what if the girlfriend is pregnant before you meet her?
Then maybe different girlfriend.
Wait. So this proverb, though, because it sounds well, but it tastes ill. So what do you taste about a marriage? What does taste mean in this context?
Well, so evolutionarily speaking,
Where are you going
that we're meant to get a variety of different foods in our diet in order to have a variety of nutritional profile, so that we get all the different ingredients. And that's why we like variety.
And that's why you're saying when you get married,
the lack of variety causes ill taste.
Yeah, because you probably just end up cooking the same things for each other over and over again, right?
Yeah, I was talking about the wine, but you're just talking about the food. Okay.
Yeah, but I think both, right?
Yeah. Because if you marry one person, then you only eat whatever she's cooking.
Or whatever you cook for her.
Yeah, or her favorite restaurant, or what.
Yeah, exactly, right? Maybe you don't try as much. So what you're saying is really maybe the Muslims have it right. You should marry more than one wife.
Why not?
Why not? But then the women also need to marry more than one husband for that to work.
Yeah. This is just polyamory.
Yeah, exactly. Polyamory is the
So
future.
the basis of the